With so much content whizzing around out there, there's only one storytelling platform that helps you keep calm and stay informed and inspired. Flipboard. Yes, I am talking about Flipboard. Hello, I am Big Sam, here to introduce you to Flipboard. Flipboard curates the world's stories so you can be smarter in your work, life, and play. You can choose from thousands of topics to personalize Flipboard and get the latest stories from the best publishers, experts delivered to you 24/7. That's right, every day of the week delivered to you. When you see stories that you want to save or share, tap the plus button to add them to your private or public collections. Yo, it's that simple. Used by millions of people every day, Flipboard is how people move themselves and the world forward. Get started right now at flipboard.com. FLIPBOARD.com. And for my veterans, I spell Foxtrot, Lima, India, Papa, Bravo, Oscar, Alpha, Romeo, Delta.com. That is flipboard.com. You can get started right now. Wait a minute. After you finish listening to my podcast.
Shout out Big Sam Presents with a Z. Mad respect for the veterans. And you're damn right. Keep it diverse until they get triggered. $15. Little man. Put that shit in my hand. From New York to Japan. Stay with the band. Shout out. Keep listening to Big Sam's. Rah!
Stace?
Nothing much. Just finished wrapping up my first mukbang. That was like the best experience ever.
What was so good about it?
First of all, I was eating. So right there off. Can I curse or is this in the non-cursing platform?
Are you? I don't know. Can you say the words? Try.
I'm a cry.
Repeat after me. Fuck. Repeat after me.
Fuck.
You.
Fuck you. So yeah, I mean, I was eating, so I fucked that shit up, and that made me real happy. And chewing always makes me feel good, especially when what I'm chewing is delicious. So yeah, I mean, I feel pretty highly energized right now. How are you?
Awkward. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's
just an awkward day, moment.
Not necessarily awkward in a negative way. It's
no, of course, yes.
It is what it is, I suppose. So I want to know about this mukbang before we go in.
What do you want to know? It's eating television. It's all about smacking and chewing and telling a story and eating large amounts of food or good food. It's about food and running your mouth and chewing and smacking.
So this time I'm going to get my question out before you answer it. Why?
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 Why mukbang?
Well, never mind. I guess I ain't going to get my question out, so go ahead.
Why mukbang? I don't know. My daughter, they showed this to me, and I was just blown away that people were eating on YouTube, and they just seemed so happy. I could feel their happiness. Like, it was giving me a good feeling. And I thought about, like, I like to eat. And I think there's something going on psychologically, if I can have a deep moment about mukbang. I think mukbang is like, because, you know, you can't have porn on YouTube, or porn is not the best representation of people making love or being intimate. And food is a very intimate thing as far as eating, how you feel about it, what it means as far as a family connection. So where our society has a lot of violence and things and craziness just available. Like, you cannot see porn or real nudity on YouTube, but you can see someone like getting decapitated or burnt up bodies and dead stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I believe that mukbang is a real nice, subtle, beautiful way.
Hello?
Is this man really? Do you really just? Hello? This kind of interview is this?
Nah, I'm just recording a video.
Let's not talk over his conversation.
Keep talking.
Nah, but
I'm good. Huh? Right.
So
it's a Big Sam presents Raw.
Right, I see. Raw dog.
Raw dog.
So I think that the mukbang is filling a hole, a void, an emptiness, if you will, in our society's, collective soul. Like, we just want to feel good. And feel good about, not that I'm driving this Porsche Ferrari, or I have $1 billion right here, look at my money, is, ooh, make it rain. Or I'm just, I have this nice house, I have this, it's just, someone just eating some food, and they're just so happy, and we all have to eat. We all do eat, and we all have to eat. So I believe it's a connecting, mukbang connects. Mukbang. So that's why it made me happy, and I realized I want to make other people happy with eating sounds and chewing.
So you make people happy because of the fact that you are doing it and you putting it out. And some people, they just like to watch other people eat and listen to how disgusting and rude and just
who told you that was
trained and all that stuff.
But see, that's only
I have been taught
by who?
The world.
No, you don't.
You chew with
that's
your mouth
not
closed.
true. That's not a true statement. You've been taught that by Western society.
How you gonna tell me what?
Because that's the facts.
Oh, so you live my life?
No, the facts are that Western society puts that type of dictate on people. Like, you have to walk this way, you have to eat this way. And then in Western society, you start thinking that everyone in the world does things the way we do them in America or here. And the truth of the matter is that's not true. We eat with forks and spoons and knives. There's people in the Middle East who only eat with their fingers. You know what I'm saying? In Asian culture, to eat and talk and be joyous and juices running down your chin and slurping, that means the food is good. Only here in America is you talking and chilling and be like, ooh, yeah. And people looking at you like, oh, God. Oh my God. You can see the contents of his lunch in his mouth. Oh. That don't really do nothing to you. So what? You saw some masticated food in someone's mouth. Did you die? Disgusted or not? Did you die?
Nope.
No, okay, so there it is. This shirt is so cute, but sometimes it just feels like it's printed up on my face.
So, I am Big Sam, like I said, and it's been about 15 days since I smoked marijuana. I'm in desperate need of it right now. But we're going to carry on. We're going to try to get through this where hopefully I can finish any of my sentences, especially if I'm trying to ask a question and or validate my point. But since we have this New Yorker here, and you know how the New Yorkers are, they like to finish everyone's sentences because they know so damn much.
We do.
We just gonna flow with this thing. Hope for the best.
Yeah.
So what's next? I should be an actor. Like, it's so natural to me. Like, for real, it really is. It is very natural to me, but nobody got time for that. What's on your mind, Stace?
Well,
somebody boo thing.
There ain't no boo thing.
Okay, let me be nosing now. Okay, Ooh-wee. I wish I was on the Fave 5
Lord
list. They
Jesus.
still do that shit? Remember that?
Someone's asked me about some edibles. That's what's happening right there.
Edibles?
Yeah.
You want a dope. You better smoke.
That's not dope. Edibles is not dope. You're tripping. Oh, what am I going to do with you?
There's nothing you can do with me.
Clearly.
There's nothing that I will allow you to do with me.
Clearly.
Because I am in control of myself.
Clearly, though. So tell me.
What do you want me to tell you?
We're here to talk about relationships. So you want to know what's on my mind about relationships?
Sure.
What kind of relationships? Because you're the interviewer, so you...
Yeah, so if I'm the interviewer, then you should let me segue into these parts. I mean, goodness gracious. You see what I'm talking about? Oh, man, I should put some lotion on.
So much fun.
Wow.
You're ashy?
Yeah, very.
What's going on with that?
I don't moisturize my skin.
You need to hydrate more.
And I'm not hydrating.
Yeah, that's all that is. A little hydration.
Shoot, trying to drink the past 2 weeks has sucked.
Because the water goes in the hole.
Yeah, like I literally feel it now. I can feel liquid draining out of my gum. It is so disgusting.
I don't like the sound of that. I'm sure you don't like the feeling.
Well, it sounds better than the last.
Ooh, we should get the headset and record that sound.
My pain is not for your pleasure. What that mean? What that mean? No, you about to tell me? No, hold on. I know what I want to know. I asked you 2 times. Well, if I gotta edit this out, just tell me no, and I'll delete it. I'm looking straight in your face. If you want me to delete this,
okay.
What is the barriers that you think I'm going to cross? Can you please give me a definition? That way, I don't have to cross them. Cause I don't know. Yeah, I was sitting there. Hold on, I'm not done with my question. I like long questions.
Okay.
So this morning, when I text you about the cotton balls, I was like, man, I wonder if I ask her for a favor, is that considered a barrier or no? And I said, I don't want to come off as the dickhead that's like each nitpicky question, but I like to understand. You know, I don't
you're
want
getting to know me.
Huh?
You're getting to know me. You have to ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, I do, because you ain't the most direct person.
Really?
No, you're not.
Wow, you're the first person to ever tell me that.
Yeah, but I'm not. So, anyway, don't try to play me like that.
No, for real.
You telling me ain't nobody told you that? You've been on this earth for 28 years.
I've heard that makes me feel kind of good. I always come too direct.
How? Oh, you deal with people in the CSRA. Ain't nobody direct down here.
You are, and you're from.
I'm not from here.
Okay.
I'm from Grovetown. I'm not from Augusta.
Grovetown, Georgia?
Grovetown.
Georgia?
Yes. Columbia County, 30813.
Is Grovetown in Columbia County?
Yes, this is Columbia County.
Oh my God, that's why I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, look at my neighborhood.
You exemplify Columbia County.
Look
this is why people...
We're better than you all. It's the fact. Look at my neighborhood.
Do you
see any fucking black people walking around here? No. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'll give you that. We're out of Blackistan. You're right about that. That's a good thing.
But you know what's crazy?
But Blackistan is in the house, and they will come out.
I was about to say 90% of my neighborhood is black.
Right.
But they don't talk to nobody.
They're right in there. They keep Blackistan in the house, and that's what people do. They move out of Blackistan and keep it in the house in neighborhoods like this. These houses are too close together for me. I don't want a house.
Way too close together.
I want an RV.
But I'm playing.
Then I can live at the Walmart.
You know you've been in Augusta too long. When you talk about leaving a house to stay in an RV in front of a damn Walmart, you need to go back to New York, Stacey, and reconnect with your roots, because this don't make no damn sense. Lord,
it sounds good. I could just drive to New York, and they have the Walgreens there.
They ain't got no Walmart in no New York.
They got Walmarts in New York. What you talking about? In places in New York, there's a Walmart.
Where?
There are Walmart.
Buffalo? Rochester?
No.
There ain't but one part of New York. And that's New York City. Everything else is just suburbs of Ohio and Pennsylvania.
No, there's 5 boroughs. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but that's all New York City. Brooklyn, Bronx, all that, Jamaica, Queens, all that shit, that's New York City.
Okay.
And that's New York. That's it. There's nothing else in that state.
This is funny. I don't know if it's the food. This is the best interview I've had in a long time.
Well, it ain't really an interview. We just chill.
It's good.
So what part of New York you from?
Brooklyn. I lived in Queens for a little while. That's where I went to elementary school at. Queens, Rosedale, Queens, PS 138. Shout out.
Really?
Yeah.
I ain't never been there. I don't know.
I know. It
PS
shows.
138. Y'all schools is named PS 138.
Public school. It stands for public school.
Yeah. Sounds like a prison number.
It's the district. It was District 138.
You know, the public school systems does reflect the prison system.
Oh,
but we didn't come to talk about
our school system was so good. Like when I came down here, I was 13. And they put me in 9th grade because I scored really high. And that was coming from being homeschooled in New York as a Muslim, right? So I'm smart and stuff.
So what happened?
I have a karate chop you in your neck.
No, I just want to know.
I'm still smart. I'm almost...
Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy, DeVille D.I., formerly of Thoughts to Myself podcast. That's right, I said formally. Now, whoa. No, your boy not going nowhere. Look, what happened was, I did some research and I realized that I wasn't the only Thoughts to Myself podcast out there. And, so there can only be one. There can only be one. You feel what I'm saying? So, in order to keep my individuality and my originality, I switched up the game on them. I'm going to let them have that. Now, we will go under the Thoughts by DeVille D.I. podcast. That's right. Thoughts by DeVille D.I. is the new name, but you're going to get the same game. You feel what I'm saying, man? Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for supporting me. And I hope that y'all stick around and take this ride with me as we go into these new beginnings. Peace.
It's too smart sometimes. I have the typical smart person's issues, me with social, hanging out with other people.
You have social
You're
issues?
awkward, so that's why we get along good.
I'm not awkward. I'm just a man. That's a fact. What's going on, Mevo? Don't you love looking at me? Yeah. I wish you would talk.
I was enjoying your monologue.
I know, I get into these little weird moments.
It was good. It was awkward and shit.
Awkward and shit.
I like it. It works for me. I'm awkward, and I usually keep my foot like right there. It's like that toe.
Keep your foot.
I have foot and mouth syndrome, so it's me. So yeah, I mean, I think that's probably because I'm from New York and I'm a West Indian, so we tend to ask bold, direct questions. Yeah, that's why you said I'm not direct.
You don't ask no direct questions, Stacey.
Maybe not to you.
Yeah, maybe not to me.
Well, it's not. You
That's
know what?
about
I don't
that.
know
I
what kind of
apologize
questions I asked you.
For categorizing
I
you like
asked
that.
you many questions.
You
Actually,
don't.
You kind of put everything out there.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. I think that's good. It keeps things simple. It does. It really does. I have to fix
Simple kind of man.
Simple Sam.
I was in the wrong key. My bad.
Simple Sam.
Sam
simple.
Don't do that. Ain't nothing simple about me.
Don't do that. That was good.
I do try to simplify stuff for the people, for the person that I'm entertaining.
I never do that. I have a hard time with that.
I mean,
how do you
I'm
do that?
I'm just good at that.
I'm not good at dumbing down.
That people, it's not dumbing down. I try to communicate in a way that the other person will be the most receptive.
I'm working on it.
We all got our own little things.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, my interactions with you, you just are presumptuous, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I wouldn't
and you
say
like to finish.
I'm presumptuous at all.
That's fine.
But
the good thing about that is,
it's your opinion.
I said it.
Your perspective of me. I don't like that presumptuous because I don't like presumptuous people.
I'm just your mirror.
I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face. That's what's gonna happen now. That's where the interview took a left turn. Y'all saw that shit? Like, this nigga call me karate chop. Presumptuous. Next question.
So, relationship building. Mm-hmm. What are some of the cores or foundations or most important attributes
personally
for
or
a
generally?
Healthy relationship? Just answer how you feel this.
Okay, well, personally, for me, my language of love and the foundation for love with me, giving and receiving is acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time. That's pretty much how I can feel that someone is loving me or caring about me, or when I'm loving or caring about someone, that's what I want to do. I'm not, gifts are good. I love gifts. I love getting gifts. But just because you give me a gift doesn't mean I think you love me. But if you help me do something I need to get done, then I'm like, they may love me. Because who has the time? And there's nothing in it for them. So I really like that.
So what is love?
Love for me is, it's like that thing that we look for from the Creator, that unconditional, everyone, it's like, there's degrees of love, of course, but the ultimate love is that unconditional. You can do no wrong. You're just everything that I want to share myself with. You know what I'm saying? So love for me is big. It's like a big it's a state of being. It's a mind state. And I always feel like if you love yourself, like you love yourself, and it's quality love, that loving other people is not an issue.
So if you get to a point where you feel like you love a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And love is unconditional,
Mm-hmm.
how does one fall out of love then?
I don't think people fall out of love. Like, I was married for 13 years, and while that relationship ended in divorce for, I hate to talk about it because that's no longer my truth, but due to why we divorced, a lot of people would be like, that's horrible, you know, how could you? But I still love my ex-husband. I can say that now without feeling ashamed about it. Like, it never goes away. You just realize that the love that I have to show for you means I don't talk to you and I don't deal with you. That is how I show my love to you now. You know, I think people think love has to feel good. It doesn't have to feel good. It just has to be love, which means it's like love is honest. Love is, to me, love is honest. Above all things, love is honesty.
So understanding barely scratching the surface of your interpretation of love.
It's truth.
To me, I don't see no difference between saying you love a person and you like a person, or you admire a person.
Same here.
So what's the point of even saying love? Isn't love supposed to be like
I think the word is pretty used out. I think the word has a very low vibration now, so that people, like, for instance, I say I love you to people. I do love people, so I'll say that general I love you, which is not a general love. No, I love you. I want you to be well in the world. I want you to do good. I want you to feel good. But there are people who are like, you just met me. How can you say you love me? And it's like,
I'm one of them people.
Really?
Yes, I can't stand when people say that shit.
Really?
I love you, Sam.
We haven't had any life experiences.
When's my birthday? Oh.
So love for you means that they know when your birthday is and where you're from.
Love is you know me. You can't love me if you don't know me.
Okay.
You might admire some things about me strongly, but to love me.
So that would be your perspective. You can't definitively say they don't love you.
Yes, I can.
Really?
Yeah. I do it all the time.
I mean, you can say it, but that doesn't make it true.
I'm not saying that it isn't.
Oh, that's good.
That's just
good. That's good. I like that.
Thing.
A lot of people don't communicate or know that about life, that I can have a perspective of something or think about something. But that really don't have nothing to do with what's actually happening. That's good. That's mature of you.
Thank you for your approval.
Whatever.
So, this love stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very emotional guy.
You don't say.
Extremely emotional.
Really?
Yeah. Do we need to pause so you can go ahead and hit that toothbrush? Don't come for me. Nah, I'm just talking
He's
trash.
talking about my mukbang breath, you guys.
Trash.
No, I have
I'm not really smelling her breath. I'm not even
getting
that
I smell
close.
my breath a little bit.
I'm not even getting that close.
I smell that garlic on my fingertips.
I got blood on my breath. On my mouth.
I had so many jokes to go with that, but I just
go ahead.
It was too. They were too many.
Come on, do it. I got blood on my breath. You want me to reboot? Huh? Want me to open up that door again? Come on, kick that worm. Kick that bucket of worm over.
Okay, so we're talking about love.
Love is just let's see. Ask me a specific question or a more specific question.
Well, I mean, what I mean is, as we're talking about love, for you, you're saying that
it's extremely
love
emotional.
Is yes. So love. Do you see love as an emotion or an action or
both?
So
it's in tandem. They have to grow together.
I think I asked you that question yesterday about, I was taking the survey and it said, would you rather have sex with lots of people and no intimacy, or intimacy with one person and no sex?
I'm not having no relationship with nobody with no sex. Like, I'm not finna be committing to no female. Let me pause for the cause. I got a tramp stamp, okay? And it says, do not enter. I ain't into that butt pirate shit, okay? It's strictly natural born women. No hermaphrodites, hermaphrodites. You ain't going no surgery and fixing shit and rearranging shit. I like them natural black women. Thick. Now back to what we were saying.
Okay.
I'm not finna be committed to no woman that I'm not having sex with.
Oh, well, I mean, so sex for you is the basis to being committed to a woman.
No, that's see. Okay, maybe you should try to
Just
rearrange your
rephrase.
question.
Just rephrase what you said.
Yeah, I'm
It's the
flipping
same-
my words around.
No,
It's not the same thing.
it's the same.
It is not the same thing. It is not the same
You
thing.
said you're not.
I don't have a relationship with a woman that's based on sex. That's not a relationship, in my opinion. Well, I mean, it's a relationship.
It's a sexual relationship.
Yeah, but that ain't got love ain't in that.
Why not? You love sex?
Yeah, but that's
So-
not me loving her.
You love having sex with her?
I don't know. Who are we talking about?
This
First of all,
a hypothetical
in general,
woman that you're
if
having the sex with.
I don't know. I guess, but that
But
still
you're
doesn't
not
mean I
loving
love
her.
her. If
You like her?
we need to get specific because this
Because
is
you said like and love was the same. So do you like her?
no. I did not say
You
it
said
is
it was
the same.
It was the same
I
word.
was
Like the word means.
going off of what you were saying. I was asking, is it the same? But there's like and love for me are
Oh, okay.
way
Well, like and
different.
love for me are very similar.
No, they're
If
very
not the
different.
same. People say they like a lot of stuff. I think that's people who are uncomfortable with the word love. Sometimes. This is where I'm being a little presumptuous.
Go ahead, do your thing. But there's a huge difference between liking and loving. I like having sex, and I do love to have sex, but that don't mean that I'm not just going around having sex with people.
You say that like that's a bad thing.
I didn't say it like it was nothing. I said it like it's
There was
my
some emotion
thoughts.
on it.
Presumption.
I'm just saying, well, you said it
Conversation.
so animatedly, like, I'm just not going, like, as if people who are.
Well, I tell you what. Let's pause. Can you tell me the proper way for me to express my thoughts?
Oh, no,
so
that's not the
that
proper way. It's,
I'm not always judged every time I say something. I'm just trying.
I think it's the high emotion in the way you speak. That's all.
What emotion?
Whatever emotion you're feeling, it might not have nothing to do with what we're talking about.
My bad. Well,
It's
really
not my bad. Yeah, it's just you. We're still learning each other.
I enjoy sex. You know, it's cool and all of that good stuff. I'm not a type of guy that just goes around having sex with women.
Okay.
I just can't do it.
You're not a player like that.
Not anymore.
Ooh, so back in the day. All right.
Yeah.
So you've been there, done that. Is what you're saying?
It's not that I've been there, done that. I'm just choosing not to do it anymore because I don't know how to separate the emotions. And once I start having sex with a woman, I do get emotionally connected. And if I start having sex with you, I don't want it to be you my hoe. And now I don't know another way of looking at it. I haven't experienced anything like that.
Mind being someone's hoe.
I haven't experienced that yet. I haven't ran into those situations before.
Okay.
And then if a woman tells me like I want to be your hoe, in my mind I know the type of woman I like. What's that word? Sapiosexual.
Yeah, where they find sexuality in all kinds
Intellect.
of intellect in
Yeah.
books and
A woman's mind is what really stimulates me. So if I'm attracted to your mind and we do cross over into a sexual relationship, and then you tell me that you want to be my hoe, I can't even look at you the same way anymore because I just lost all respect for you.
so
I esteemed you higher than a hoe. So why would you diminish yourself?
so a
like
hoe
that?
can't be a sapiosexual?
I didn't say that.
I'm asking.
I don't know
you.
if a hoe
Can a hoe be a sapiosexual?
I guess if they can, yeah, sure. But
So-
that ain't got nothing to do with me.
So I'm just trying to understand.
Hoe is such a derogatory thing in my mind.
Ah, there we go. That's what.
So
it
it's
is.
like,
So for someone who doesn't find that derogatory, you wouldn't be able to connect with them as easily as you would someone who didn't identify themselves with those types of terms.
again, I don't know because I haven't been in that situation. I really
Based on
don't
what
know.
you're saying though now, based on the hypothetical. If you met a woman and she led with, I'm a hoe, shit, I love being a hoe. You would, like you said, you'd lose respect. You wouldn't be able to put her.
Oh, I wouldn't even try to engage her. No.
Wow, okay.
No.
Interesting.
Like, what use do I have of a hoe?
I mean, they like to have sex. So if you want to have some sex and you are attracted to that specific person and they have some conversation going, they may want to have sex with you and you may want to have sex with them. And there it is. I mean,
But that's all it would be. That ain't got nothing to do with love, though.
it does have something to do with love. It has to do with the love of sex.
I just never looked at it like that. I
Or
never
even
looked
the-
at.
or the
I
love
never
of self.
put the.
Or even love of self, meaning I can get my needs met, and if my need right now is a sexual need, we have sex. I met my need. I love myself. I love sex. Great day.
Like I said, I've never looked at it like that. I've never looked at sex as something that's just completely separate as it relates to me and another human being. It's always been in the same, in a level of respect. Like, for instance, if there's certain women I would never have sex with, no matter how much they would try to give it to me, because I, in my mind, know I can't do nothing for you, woman. Like, some women, they want men to be in there for 30 minutes. Look here, you're going to get the best 77 seconds you've ever had in your life when you mess with Big Sam.
Okay.
Anything else, it's a workout.
Well, at least you're honest.
It's a workout. Ain't nobody got time for that. Now, again, I ain't been in those situations. You know, last time, let me back up. Before I got married, my first time I was married, so 11, almost 12 years ago, coming straight back from a deployment.
Okay.
And I was in the military.
Yeah.
I was feeling myself. I was a whole lot of money. And at the time, I was able to have 6 different women on each day of the week. So I had a Tuesday place, Wednesday place. In that, I wasn't having sex with all 6 women. Because again, I'm very traditional and scary.
Okay.
This Georgia Black Snake don't be doing no show and tell and all that other shit. You know what I'm talking about?
So you were being a perfect gentleman, just enjoying dinners and conversation and
not necessarily
teas.
perfect, but yeah. No, I don't do no teasing now.
You had no tea?
No.
No little
Teas?
tea. Like tea.
Oh, tea. T-E-A?
Yeah.
Oh.
Little tea,
yeah, I
no
guess.
cookies.
I thought you said teas.
No strip teas. No strip teas.
Nah.
Have you ever been to a strip club before?
Damn! I mean, do I look like a damn monk or some shit?
Huh? You don't have to be a monk. You just have to be someone who's like
I ain't no super choir boy.
Traditional.
Yeah, I used to go to Speakeasy when I was in high school. I used to sneak to Speakeasy.
Oh my goodness!
You heard about Big Yuli at the strip club?
I never been to Speakeasy, but I remember they shut it down. I was new to Augusta, and I knew that was like the place to go. Yeah. And it was like it's like a whole block damn near. And they closed it down, unfortunately, before I could ever go inside. I used to dance at Fantasies.
I've never been to Fantasies.
Yeah, Fantasies was kind of, it was different I did my strip. I think I had 45 days as a stripper.
Like a probationary period? Or what do you mean?
No, I did it 45 days in the club.
Oh.
I didn't make that much money because I really wasn't like getting. First of all,
Hold on. Yes. Alrighty. Now, what were we talking about?
We were talking about the fact that respect. I was looking at my picture. The fact that some people might lose respect, for others who might be just, like you said about that whole life, and you personally. Okay, I forgot. I was trying to.
That's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Like that, the word itself.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the sounds of Big Sam Presents. That's right. He's a member of the Elite Circle. And ladies and gentlemen, as you know, if you find hashtag Elite Circle on any of the descriptions on any podcast, you know it's dope. So check him out. It's your girl, the Guru, Lupus Warrior. And as always, you can call me the Guru. When you're done listening to Big Sam's, stop on by and say hello. Peace. I'm out.
Has just put such a negative, is it connotation?
Yeah.
In my mind that I haven't been able to get.
And denotation, probably.
I have not gotten out of it. There's a lot of things I haven't experienced. I learned through my experiences, and I try to expose myself to new things by way of conversations, reading, exploring, researching, all that stuff.
Have you ever had a whole friend?
Yeah.
So, but they're your friend. You love them?
No.
You just like them.
Well, friend is such a word. I have had some whole acquaintances.
Okay, you don't have no whole
friend. What the hell is a friend?
Friend.
I don't know if I have.
You know what I like is a movie I saw with the guy from Silver Linings Playbook and
from what?
Silver Linings Playbook. I cannot remember his name right now. And Emma Watson, I believe is the young lady in it, the love interest. And he says a statement about friendship, and he said it's like the only relationship where there's nothing in it for either party. Meaning, I take from what I have, my more, and give it to you. And so that means I have less. and then you take some of what you got more of, and then you give it to me, which means you have less. So so there's nothing in it for each other. There's nothing to gain other than pure, I like being around you. It feels good no matter what we're doing. You know, like you might have a friend who works at a fish shop. It don't even bother you to smell the funky ass fish every day you go see your friend every day, because that's your friend and you wanna see them. You gotta see them.
I don't necessarily analyze stuff in that detailed. I mean, I know people that work in places that I would never work at or do things I would never do. Mm-hmm. But that, to me, has nothing to do with... That doesn't predicate our friendship.
Right. That's
like even
friendship.
now,
right, exactly.
When I came out of Christianity, mm-hmm. all the stuff, everybody that I was in that previous ministry with, mm-hmm. now I was in the process of being on a leadership, a stronger leadership role. But when I left, 99% of those people stopped talking to me. Now, before I left, they were all my friends. And they all loved me, right? Oh. So the transition, it's like, wait a minute, I thought we were still friends. But I learned some people mm-hmm. base their friendships on the connecting point, where we first met at. And they don't build off anything after that. That's right. So
whatever the mutual interaction is, that's where the friendship grows from. If you take out that interaction, their friendship doesn't have anything to hold to.
But I've always, as long as I can remember, I do my best to, just because we connect in this area, even in like high school, mm-hmm. I want to kick it outside of school. The only way I'm going to know you is when I see you outside of your environment and watch how you react. That's how I really get to know how a person is. But if I'm always in your comfort zone, I'm not really knowing who you are.
You know who they are when they're comfortable.
No, I don't.
If they're in their comfort zone and you get
to know them. See, again, if I always see a person, we'll use music for an example. Mm-hmm. If I always see a person at a gig, mm-hmm. right, and they claim that's their comfort zone, to me, that's not really. I don't think it's your comfort zone. I won't know a person's comfort zone until I find out what triggers them and upsets them. That's how I full circle gauge and understand a person's comfort zone. You might be here all the time.
That's how you figure out your boundaries. Comfort zone, boundaries, all that.
But like, again, so people might be a particular way at a venue, but they are only that way because they're in that venue, or because they're playing music.
You have an on personality. The gig person on personality. Like, I have an on personality when I'm in public, being that I'm a performance artist. I've worked with children. You know, I have all these different experiences. So when I'm in public, rarely are people know me, or they'll say something to me in regard of something they saw me do. So I have my on personality, which is, I'm already kind of open and chipper, but it's just bumped up a few notches. When I'm in that personality, if I'm in a situation where someone is seemingly laughing at me or making fun of me for whatever reason, I'm able to, like, not really, like, just whatever. Doesn't even matter. Just totally. And then I go home, if I remember it, then I'm like, what the fuck was he saying? I can't wait till I see that nigga that ain't at work. I'm like, I get Brooklyn. But when I'm in that work on personality, I won't really get out of pocket or line, because my goal is to not create any waves, not create any saltiness. Because why? Like, why? I don't get difficult people who are contrarians just to be contrarians. And I notice in our society, specifically in Augusta, asking questions, holding other people accountable, being open to problem solving via conversation, that is looked at as contrite or contrarian behavior versus actual contrarian behavior, which is just, I notice, protected and cultivated by a lot of people.
Well, since you brought up Augusta, that shithole.
I like Augusta. Don't call it a shithole.
That shithole?
It's not.
I don't give a fuck if you like Augusta. Shithole.
Without Augusta, y'all wouldn't even be here. Wasn't Columbia County a part of Augusta at one time? Wasn't
I'm not
it
a
all?
historian. I don't know. No, but hey, I'll tell you something out. I was told that a lot of Caucasian people, like back in the day, that lived in Augusta, where a lot of the projects are right now, they moved out of there and moved to Columbia County, bought up a lot of... Columbia County was owned by black farmers and black families. And so...
From Augusta.
Yeah, like gentrification, old school gentrification. So the white folks had some projects.
Exciting.
Or homes. They weren't projects until low income people came in and made it projects.
Because they didn't do anything with the infrastructure or take care of it the same way the government, the city officials.
Lack of education, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But it just baffles my mind. Like, wow. So Columbia County was owned by a lot of black families? Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I'm going to bring that back under the Ward family name. Hey, what's up, white people? Guess what? I'm finna use all y'all privilege to your disadvantage, but to my advantage.
Why? Why you gotta go come for the white people like that?
I refuse to build wealth off of black dollars.
What
Absolutely
do you mean?
do it. I won't do it.
I'm gonna build wealth off of everyone's dollars.
Good for you.
You're just gonna build it off of white dollars?
Yeah. It makes the most sense to me. I'm gonna build it, and then I'm gonna bring it into the black community and teach us how to recycle it 12 times before it goes out of our community. Yes.
Oh shit. Go come through.
I'm the man. Well, I tell you, look here. I'm the man.
There's a lot of people in the black community that could use that infrastructure, I'm sure, and need that boost and that help up.
In education.
Yeah. Everybody, education is what makes a difference. Me having education in certain areas makes a difference as far as what I go after in the world and how I'm able to be in the world and create the relationships that I do create.
Which are? What kind of relationships do you create?
I like to create fun relationships where we go out to eat and we do fun things like, I like Scrabble. I very much enjoy card games, but not like spades, but because I know how to play I Declare War and Matching. I like Uno. I enjoy going to the park a lot. I like fun stuff. And for me, fun, I like watching lectures. So my fun is on the spectrum of fun. So we have like wild, crazy rock star fun and then like nerdy girl fun. So like I like comic books. I like cartoons. I like anime. You know what I'm saying? I like to read a book together and then let's spend some time talking about what we read.
How do you read a book together? Like y'all just sit there and y'all both saying
you
the same
could do
word?
that too. You could do that and be on some literal and you wait for them to get to where you at or vice versa and then you turn the page. But you really can't. In today's world, you have your Kindle. You got your own, shit.
So read at your own pace and then just reconnect and talk. Oh, okay.
I used to do book studies before. I love that. It was like a group of people buy a book or get access to a book and we read it and then we meet over a course of a week and talk about it and break it down and the different ideas and.
Where you do that at?
Actually,
like
I did
here
that.
or New York?
I did that when I was here in Augusta.
Mm-hmm. Damn, shock the hell out of me. That's what's up.
So that, and then as it goes over from the book stuff, I like to be physical, swimming, running, hiking, doing workout stuff.
You swim?
Mm-hmm.
Underwater, on top of water, both, everything?
Both.
Can you backstroke?
Poorly.
What was it? I missed the answer.
Poorly. I mean,
I didn't ask you what. I didn't ask you.
Yes.
What class you were? I asked you if you could.
Yeah, I can. Poorly.
Oh, thank you.
It's a poor.
Damn, I asked that question 7 times.
No, he just didn't want to accept that I said poorly. I technically answered the question. I just gave the status of where I'm at with my feeling of how well I do that. I didn't think it would be honest to say, yeah, backstroke. I can do it. It looks a little afflicted, but I got it. I can do it. I don't know if they can hear it, but it's my boots is making. I even just say that my boots makes me think of Toy Story. Yeah, I'm the queen of random as well. Andy, remember Andy? He had the boot. I said I was gonna do that. Put Andy on the bottom of all my shoes. Like that's the kind of stuff that's fun for me. I'm like. Have you ever seen that?
Is there a reason why you yelling in my right ear?
Because I'm from New York.
Like I'm trying to enjoy your presence, but damn, I'm finna go deaf. Nah, but look, let me show you this. Let me show you this.
Okay.
You're gonna have to be quiet though. Okay. I'm not trying to be rude. Okay. I was like, I'm finna hate Well, not really hate.
That's
it
so
ain't
good.
necessarily hate. But I was just sitting there like, man.
You're trolling it. You're trolling the movement. It's good. It's exciting. You can get big off of trolling stuff.
Oh, duh, I know that. But I was like, so yesterday.
You're going to troll MUKBANG and ASMR community.
No. Hell no. Not no MUKBANG.
You gonna do water? I'm gonna drink all this water.
Can I finish?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Goodness gracious.
I can't let it go. It's so funny.
Man. I was sitting there and I was like, man, this shit is annoying. Oh, it was irritating the hell out of me. Like, I just wanted to scream. It was irritating me. And then I thought about, I was like, are people really getting famous off this stupid stuff?
I don't know.
And I said, what can I do to where it's not going to annoy me? And I saw my beard. I was like, ooh, wait, clean that carpet. And that's where the idea came from. So I just spent 5 minutes brushing my beard this morning. But I added some trash talk in there.
That's good.
I love talking trash. You know what else I noticed too?
What?
My trash talking was sexual. I didn't realize how much I like talking about, or not talking about, but making sexual references. I didn't realize that. I guess it's not that I didn't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
I became more aware.
Are you finding your inner hoe?
No. Ain't no way in the hell. I ain't got no inner hoe.
Everybody.
I got rid of that joke now. I can't do it. Well, I shouldn't say I can't do it. I just don't see myself do it.
You're an emotion hoe.
I'm not a hoe, period.
You like the hoe. You hoe for the emotions.
I'm not a hoe, period. I've been with 2 women in the past 11 and a half years.
So when someone says hoe to you, you only associate it with women and sex.
No, I did not say that.
I'm asking.
Wait. That wasn't a question. That was a statement.
Okay, well, it's a question.
So turn it into a question.
I just did.
No, you didn't. You made a statement.
I said it's a question.
No, you made a statement and then you said it's a question.
Yeah,
but it's still a statement.
But
you have to make it a question. You can't make a statement and then say it's a question.
This is the asshole part.
Ask a question.
This is
you
the
said
asshole
you direct
part.
You ain't direct.
Of Sam that
no,
we all
my asshole
love.
is what I'm sitting on. But
and so, hopefully not, Sam. Hopefully not. You're sitting on your asshole. That's
my
painful.
body's a little bit deformed, and it is painful right now. So come on, ask your question.
Do you need a donut?
No, I need you to ask your question.
Is it hardened? No, because now I don't even want to ask the question. Now I feel like
you said something about is a hoe only a woman.
Yeah, when you think about whoredom or the quality of being a hoe, is that something that you associate only with women, men, and sex?
A hoe is any person that has sex with multiple people for pointless reasons.
So you never thought? Have you ever heard of the statements like book hoe or car hoe or? Yeah.
That's just stupid shit to me.
So you're saying the only way that word is?
No, I'm not saying
sense?
that.
So why
try to ask the question without putting the thought in my head for me to agree with.
No. I'm not trying to get you. I'm trying to understand how you're thinking about this. So you're saying that.
Stop saying you're saying that, because I'm not saying.
You
nothing.
did say something about being a whore and being a man. You said that that's something you think about, like has to do with sex, right?
Yeah.
Right. You did say that. You said that. So
hoeing is sex.
Hoeing is sex to you.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say, be a book whore or a feeling whore or whatever that is, you're like, that's just dumb stuff.
It's just a terminology, but it's not like a literal thing. If you say that you're a book hoe,
mm-hmm.
I know what you're talking about. I just don't necessarily agree with that. I would not say it and like mean it like that's concrete. It's just a term.
Would you have that same lightness dealing with people as far as a woman being a hoe or a man being a hoe? Would you have that same whatever? Or does it have more, meaning you had no emotional response, that your voice was gentle? You was like, book hoe means nothing. Versus when I said, okay, like a hoe, that's a woman. You like, you had a lot of inner emotional stuff that came out with that. So I thought that was interesting. So I was wondering, not why that is, because you've already expressed to me why. It's just, I guess I'm having a deeper thought about it than you are.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah. That's definitely.
If a person want to be a hoe, let them be a hoe. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't.
That's just true. Unless you sleep with someone they've been a hoe with and they've got an STD that won't go away and it's carrying on, then it becomes everybody's
Another
business.
reason why I just Like
I tried
said,
to be a hoe, but I wasn't good at it.
2 in 11 and a half years. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind having sex with another woman. But at the same time, why I keep I'm so attracted to the damn camera. I need
It's
my
a
own
nice
show.
camera. I really
That's
like
a
your
piece
camera.
of shit. The one in there is the better one. But you know, in a perfect world, at some point when I probably 2021, I'm going to be in a much better situation, and I plan on having probably 5 women in my circle. No more than 5. No more than 5. But more than likely, it's going to be 3. But the thing about it is, I want us all to live under the same roof.
Ooh, is that gonna be like a reality TV show?
No, it's just gonna be my life. But it's not. You're not like they're not gonna be there just to be having sex with. We're building business.
Right.
We're building an empire.
Oh wow, look at how that sounds, an empire.
Literally, everything that I'm doing, I'm taking steps to my empire. So when I leave this earth, my children's children's children will have guaranteed wealth, and their mothers will as well. I'm very selfish. I don't like to share my vagina. I don't have a vagina, but if I'm having sex with a woman, I don't like to share it. That's just how I am.
How do you feel about sharing it with her?
What does that mean?
I mean, she owns it already, so technically you're already sharing it with her.
I never looked at it like that. I never even that thought never crossed my mind. I just know if me and this person, if she lives in my house and we having sex, and I find out somebody else, we're gonna delete that part out. But it's not gonna be nice.
Okay.
I don't do the sharing because I'm not sharing myself. So why would I want you to share you?
That just means you're not into that. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's cool. Got real serious about that.
I didn't.
Okay.
Why do you keep trying to judge my tone? And
I'm
all
not
this other
judging.
stuff?
I'm observing and making a comment about it. Is that making you uncomfortable?
No.
Okay.
You telling me
So why
how
are
I feel
I
is
didn't tell
not
you.
appreciated.
I'm
You just said you got real serious about that.
Yeah, in a joking type of tone, meaning just addressing lightly that you got intense about that, dude. Like,
But I didn't.
okay.
You haven't seen my intent yet.
No, I have never experienced your intensity, what you know is intense for you. Me hanging out with you and knowing you over the time that we have, there's a base level of how you act. When you act outside that baseline, I can make an observation and say, wow, you got a little more animated with that. That's all that's happening.
But that's not real, though.
Who
Because
says
I'm going
it's
to tell
real?
you why it's not real.
So you're just being fake?
Damn, can I finish?
That's just fast and just going like, come on.
You're not, but see, you're missing. See,
What am I missing?
let me back up. If you're gauging me off of this is what our 4th time meeting, right? 2 times at Omni. No. 1 time at Starbucks. 2 times at Omni. And then you came here yesterday.
And then today's the 5th time, yeah.
So this is the 5th time. You don't have a good baseline because you have not been in my environment. Not
Okay,
yet.
that would be your opinion.
Yeah. That is. That's the facts. Yeah.
Just like it was my opinion that you got a little seemingly extra animated right there. It wasn't a judgment, just an opinion based on the observation that I made.
All right. Okay. That's how you roll. Cool. If that's how you want to word it. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I was not making a judgment about you at all.
So what's the difference between a judgment and you?
A judgment is me
Damn,
saying...
can I finish my question? How can you gonna answer a question that you don't know the question?
I kind of know where you was going with
Okay,
it.
well, go ahead.
So the difference between a judgment and I guess you say an opinion or a perspective, was that where you was going with it?
I don't know because I wasn't able to finish.
You don't remember the question that you
I remember
had?
what I was gonna say,
Okay,
but
so go ahead and just tell me
because,
if I'm on. If
because
that
you're not a communicator, you just like to
sometimes
finish other people's.
So I do that.
what you think they trying to say.
I very much do that. Yes.
You don't know me to know where I'm going.
No, that's so true. But so can you go ahead and finish the question?
You killed that moment.
Or
We'll
was it
never
the fact
get
that
that
I did
moment
know
again.
exactly where you were going and I
you
said
didn't.
it?
I
So then,
promise you.
so just
I'm
say
not a
it.
liar.
So just say it. What was the question?
Number 1, I don't just jump on your command.
Sam.
Let's get that clear.
No, it wouldn't be jumping on my command.
Yeah.
Is that how that makes you feel?
It's not how. Nothing makes me feel.
I'm
nothing.
asking you. Did you just feel like I made you?
No.
persisted that you jump on my command by asking you something?
No.
So then why'd you say that?
Because I was letting you know.
But if I wasn't doing that, why would you let me know about something
Because
I'm not doing? But you just said I wasn't.
No, I said that's not how I felt. There's a difference.
What's the
you
difference?
move so fast that you're not keeping track with the words. You can't switch stuff around.
What is the words? I'm very much keeping track of the words you're saying.
Okay.
That's why I just asked you, okay, you know what? You're right. Maybe I didn't know where you were going. Do you want to repeat the question? And you said no, because you're not going to move on you're not going to jump at my command. And I didn't know I was commanding you.
When you say, so ask the question again.
Yes.
What is that?
I mean, it's just how it's been our banter since we've been getting to know each other. You have a certain way of communicating, and sometimes it is very directive and very commanded, and I just go with it. So I figured if you dish it out, you're open to taking it.
My way of communicating is when you're speaking, I remain silent and listen to everything that you say so I can have full context and be able to respond appropriately. Your way of communicating is...
Yes. Not with everyone, but specifically with you.
And it's like, how can you get context if you're unwilling to get context?
I guess I get it from your body language and what the vibes you're putting on.
Stop judging me.
I'm not judging you.
So what is it called then?
It's called
if
observation.
If you're not willing to listen to my words, so what's the point of a conversation if you're not going to hear my words and you're just going to go off of my body language?
Well, I guess for me, being that I conversate in a different way sometimes than most people are used to, like I'm having a full conversation with other parts of you that I don't think you're aware of, or maybe you are aware of them.
So why not have a conversation with my words? Because that's what I'm conversing with.
Okay, well, I just asked you, can you repeat yourself so we could do that?
I'm asking you a question. Why not have a conversation with my words?
But that's what we're attempting to do. And that's where we started off.
Are we attempting it? Or only one person?
Are you participating with me?
I don't know. Because
if you're participating with me and you're involved or invested in us having a conversation, then I would say we.
So, now, based off what I just did, go ahead and judge that. I'm sorry. What do you call it? What are you calling it? When
observation.
You reading? Oh, go ahead and observation that. Go ahead and observe that.
What?
Oh my God. I jacked that up so bad. What I just did when I was like this.
You directed me to observe, to make an observation?
What would you like to talk about?
This is relationships. We're talking about relationships.
Hey, shout out to all the dudes that have been in successful relationships with the Stace. I don't see how the hell y'all did it. But y'all niggas deserve crowns and 40 acres and a mule.
Ooh, eat 40 acres of mule. Don't say that.
Why not?
That's at... You know how you have an inside scoop on something, but it's so inside you can't really talk about it?
No,
but you've never been there before?
I did not say that. Good Lord.
You said no.
I said no, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, so I said you've never been there before, and you said no. So what are you saying? What are you getting all?
Getting all what?
Yeah.
Again.
That's what you did. You said no.
Judging.
You just went no.
I did do that.
Okay, so
but why are you judging that?
I didn't make a
so
judgment
why are you
on
saying,
that.
why you get all?
Yeah, I'm asking you a question based on what I observed.
It's just a conversation.
Okay, so that's just you just speak like that sometimes. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so no, I didn't. What did I judge it as?
Because I don't know. Because you didn't finish.
I didn't judge it. That's the whole thing. You're maybe having a mirror of a moment, but I'm not at all judging you.
You in this mirror.
What?
You are amazing. You are amazing.
This is
we
true.
Need to schedule. I need to schedule. Well, not schedule, but we need to set a time for at least a 2-hour conversation.
Why?
Because
about what, Sam?
We're just gonna record how you interact.
I know how I interact. I come from a family. It's funny. We all interact this way. When we talk at the table, that's what it sounds like. And it's like 5 different conversations happening. People are cutting each other off. People are loud talking. Someone over there. And it just goes. It goes
and then
good.
The next day, people say, "Well, I thought you said." Like,
No.
Well, if you would have shut your mouth and listened, then
that doesn't happen.
Yes, it does. It happens with us.
Oh, with y'all, maybe. It don't
with
happen
me and you. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, you're not like my family like that.
I
I mean, so I have a style of communicating that is not always taken well by everyone. There's some people who communicate in a similar fashion, so they get it, and they're able to keep up, and I can keep up with them. And there's other people who find it 110% annoying, horrible, non-communicative, disruptive. Oh, I had one friend that I really enjoyed her friendship, and we were really close at one time, and she told me, she was like, I'm trying to talk to you, and you're just saying shit, and then you're asking me these questions, because I do that. If I don't understand what you're saying, I'll start asking you questions.
Yeah, and it don't make sense, because if you would just be quiet and listen.
That's what she would say. But it doesn't, for me, my brain don't work like that. I mean, if I let you go, like if we're talking about something, and you're like, Sally had that orange dog over there, and I don't understand what, and I'm like, wait, what orange dog? Let me just finish telling you the story. It doesn't matter if you get to the end of the story. I'm going to go right back to, but what about the orange dog? Because that was the last point that my brain was keeping up with the story. So, as annoying, and I tell people, I know this is annoying, but it's how I learn. So if you could bear with me with the questions, I promise you I'm listening to you, and it's going to make complete sense when you're done. And if it doesn't, again, I'll ask a question. So, and sometimes I can hear people's thoughts, and that's really not anyone's, like, I can hear stuff or pick up stuff from people, and so it kind of makes me want to be like, okay, hurry up and get to the point of whatever you're saying, because I already know you don't like tacos, and fish is not what you try to do right now. Whatever. So, yeah, but I'm definitely not judging you. I used to be very judgmental. I'm no longer that woman.
You just flipped the light switch and became a new woman?
No, I worked on it. Because if you...
How long were you judgmental?
I want to say I had a good, strong year and a half of my life where I was absolutely judgmental. It was while I was going through some of my spiritual, I guess you could say, growings and trainings and stuff like that. And what happens is I learned about what judgment is. And I feel like it's very relevant in my life to judge people at that time. And then after a little while, I realized that judgment takes you to a place where if you say, hey, I'm judging this, that's green. That is absolutely green. Once you make a judgment, it's very difficult to like change your mind or learn something new about what you think you already know that you're able to judge on. So for me, it was stopping me from learning more about things. So I started to suspend the judgment, which means this is blue. I'm going to make a direct call on what this is or is not. So now before I just make a call on what something is or is not, even if I verbally express I'm observing this, I'm not committed to this is what I'm looking at though.
Interesting. Are we gonna do this again?
I hope so.
When?
Text me. Let's figure it out.
Why am I texting you when you're sitting
in
front
call
of me?
me.
You're sitting in front of me right
now.
now.
I would probably need to go look at my schedule. And when did you have in mind?
I just asked you.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion or a thought about it. That's why I'm asking you, because you initiated it.
Go get you.
You initiated it. So when would you ideally want to do this?
You know what? Let me think about it.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, man. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of this shit.
Relationships.
I'm taking my ass to the VA, goddamn it, because this is Lord have mercy. I'm going to their therapy. Let me turn this shit off.